Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Welcome to another episode of Cigars and Whiskey, the podcast that discusses love, relationships, sex, and dating from a male's perspective. I'm your guy, Ron Cole, and I'm joined by my guys, White Star GB.
We're shaking.
And we also have super producer Corey Cool in the building, Cool University.
Yeah.
All right. Big shout out to everyone tuned in. Depending on what platform you're watching this on, please remember to share so we can get more people to tap into the conversation. We have a great show for you guys tonight. Tonight, we are drinking Beacon Bourbon.
Yeah.
And we are discussing, was Steve Harvey, was he bugging? Was he wilding?
Okay.
With the Club Shay Shay interview.
Okay.
All right. All right. White Star GB, how was your week, man?
My week was good, dog. Started off nice with Fight Night. It was a good, fight Saturday night. Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia.
Was it a good fight?
It was a good fight. Lived up to the hype. We ain't really watched none. We had a couple people at the house. My two co-hosts tonight dubbed me. They ain't come out. To rock with us. But we were over at the house.
I heard you had a live fight.
Nah, it wasn't a live fight.
Oh, it wasn't a live fight. Okay.
Nothing like that.
That's the fight I would. I'm sorry that I missed. Right?
Nothing like that. Everything was nice and peaceful. But yeah, Tank stopped Garcia in the seventh round with a body shot. Boom, caught him. Yeah, slowed him down. But then this week went all right. We lost a couple of people this week. I want to say rest in peace to Harry Belafonte.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, singer, actor, songwriter, activist. EGOT award winning. He got all four. And rest in peace to the King of Ratchet, Jerry Springer.
Well, you think? What do you think? Black people care more about?
It was a little foul.
Jerry or Harry more?
Jerry definitely got a lot more love this week than Harry.
That sucks, right?
That's
terrible.
That does suck, and I noticed that, and that made me come out here and give Harry a nice shout out. You know what I mean? Let him know that we definitely appreciate the work that he did. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I like to send a rest in piss to the OG Karen, the old lady that wrongly accused Emmett Till. She died this week. So hopefully she's in hell. Yeah. Shout out to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. How about your week?
My week is cool, man.
Yeah.
Again, my apologies for missing the fight party. I got a call from D and fell asleep at 9. I didn't wake up until 2.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, man.
I don't think he came on till like midnight. So
yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. But my week was cool. It was cool, man. Yeah. I'm just ready for. I'm so ready for the weekend. I think I'm going on a date with my wife this weekend.
Nice.
I know it's gonna be some bad weather, but
it's gonna rain up here.
I'm happy to just get out and do something.
What you thinking about doing?
We'll go to dinner or something like that. We'll figure something else on top of that. You know what I mean?
Very nice. Very nice.
Do that. Got to do that.
Good.
Yeah. All right.
Beacon Small Bags Bourbon is Dennings Point Distillery's flagship whiskey. It's distilled from grains that came from locally owned farms, and it is from Hudson, New York.
Okay.
Yeah. It's up top. So I'm enjoying it. On the nose, I'm getting caramel and a lot of fruit. And then when I'm tasting it, I'm getting a real strong vanilla taste, a little caramel, but that fruit and that citrus is on the back end of it.
Yeah.
And by the end of the night, I'm gonna make a case that New York is a little. I think we coming for the crown. I think we coming for second place. I'm still gonna give Scotland with the Scotch top billing, but Kentucky, I think y'all in trouble.
Really?
I'm coming.
Really?
What's up? I want all the smoke.
I don't even know if New York makes enough whiskey to really be.
We
in
definitely don't, but we talk shit like we do. So let's do it.
All right, so yeah, we'll let this one marinate and we'll see how it fares. Mm-hmm. All right. Tonight we're going to be reacting to Steve Harvey's interview that he had with Shannon Sharpe on the Club Shay Shay podcast.
Hate that name, by the way.
I don't get it, but you know, yeah, I guess it works for him. You know what I mean?
Shay Shay.
So, you know, they discussed a lot.
Yeah.
Regarding career, a bunch of stuff, ups and downs in life, and also we talked about love and marriage.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Feel like Steve Harvey gave a lot of jewels.
Yeah.
Some of the parts you may think that he was, you know, bugging. Especially a lot of new school dudes probably feel like he was bugging. But we're gonna look at a couple of clips and react to him live.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, man.
All right.
What we here for?
Early year off radio back then, you know, because I just wanted to get in the dough.
Right.
And that kept me at least be able to survive.
Right.
And then that was 2005. I reconnected with Marjorie in 2005, right after the divorce. 2006, she came.
You reconnected. So y'all had dated before?
I dated her in the 80s.
Old work.
Yeah,
Old work.
Dated her in the 80s.
I thought they say love is like an eclair. It wasn't those cold that can't be reheated.
Shout out to doubling back, yo. He doubled back when it
You
got
agree with
something from doubling back. Sometimes you gotta take what you know, especially when he's scrambling. Where he was coming off his second divorce.
You see, I feel like most dudes double back when they don't have.
Yeah, when they roster ain't up to date.
Like options, yeah.
When they don't have options, they got to go with the old work. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
it's
they say that, the devil that you know. Right?
Well, I think it's more or less. I'm in the desert right now, and I just need a drop of water.
That's it, man.
And
Old Faithful.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I know she'll give me a couple drops. You know what I mean?
Why not?
So, have you ever heard that saying that he said?
What's that?
Love is like an eclair.
Nah, I never heard nothing.
Once it gets cold, you can't heat it back up.
No, nah.
That must be some country shit.
It's definitely everything Shannon gonna say on here is some country shit. Shout out to Shannon though.
Yeah.
Your mind ain't go cold. Red hot, poker hot, hot tamale hot. I'm talking about Tabasco.
So
it's just I got in trouble.
right.
When we started dating, I became homeless.
Right.
Wasn't no cell phone.
Right.
I just had a house number. She had a little baby. I figured what I got to offer this woman. I'm in trouble now.
Right.
So I just drove off. We never had an argument or nothing.
Right.
It sounded like he ghosted her.
Wow.
That's like in 2023. That's ghosting.
That is
you
ghosting?
when you poof and disappear on somebody. He basically said they were rocking. She had a baby. He's justifying it now that he ain't had nothing to offer her or nothing like that. Whatever way he was feeling, he just threw the Batman smoke bomb and
that was his baby or somebody else?
No, someone else's baby.
See, somebody else's baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, to clarify.
He could hit the Batman smoke bomb on her and just poof.
Some folks will say, some dudes will say that is honorable. Right?
What's honorable?
The fact that he had nothing to offer to this woman, and he's like, yo, let me just stay out the way.
He got off the
30
pot.
years later.
He got off the pot. They say shit will get off the pot.
Exactly.
30 years later, it sound fly, but in the moment, I know she was big mad at homie.
Well, if he doesn't have anything to offer, right? You don't think it's good that he could self-assess himself and say, yo, I can't do nothing for this female.
Definitely.
Because I think a lot of times dudes they lean on their potential too, right? And they be like, yo, I'm going to be this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that, right? And they don't know, or they believe, but nobody else really knows, right? So for you to say like, all right, well, he definitely had potential to be whatever, because I feel like he was already in the industry. He was a comedian, but he felt like at that time he had nothing to offer.
Maybe she wanted a level of stability that he couldn't offer at that point too. So it was kind of like, Let me just go on. Let me get on the road, do the work. I'm not talking about him leaving. I'm talking about the communication. Yeah. He said he gets up.
I mean, I also love how in Monday morning quarterback vibes, he made it sound like he did something noble.
30 years later,
he didn't do anything noble. He just didn't have shit and was scrambling and went to go find something else somewhere. Don't make it seem like I didn't have anything to offer her, so I figured I'd just move out the way and let another person do. No, he just was scrambling and had to save his own ass, and he went to save his own ass and left Shorty in the process. Oh, next.
Yeah.
Why did you continue to believe in love after everything that you've been, like you're telling me you've gone through a divorce and things happened with the taxes and she took half the money, 3/4 of the money. Here I was, thought you were selling your money because you made all this money on Kings of Comedy and you got $1,700 to your name.
What is selling money?
Why did you
Yo, Shannon a wild boy, yo.
These country phrases, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. What is selling money, bro?
I have no idea.
That gotta be some down south shit, bro.
I know what selling money is, though.
You know what selling money is, Corey Cool?
No, I was actually looking for my phone so I could try to help you. I'm on my phone. No, but I would. It almost sounds like he was pocket watching. Yeah. He would think that he was just printing his own money, making money hand over fist. That's kind of how I would think.
I think you're right when you say selling money. Yeah,
money, you know what I mean. Like, this shit's just coming. Yeah. Like, I'm watching you. I'm thinking
selling $1 for $2.
You on the Kings of Comedy. You know what I'm saying? You got your TV show. I'm thinking you just balling, but you telling me you only had.
Let's go, Shannon.
Yeah.
Shout out for a dude to be dead ass broke, $1,700 to his name, and still making it look like something. You know what I mean? It's an art to that.
It's a it's a way of life.
Yes,
it's not in you. It's not on you. It's in you.
A lot of niggas $1,700 is up.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to y'all.
Believe in love twice. Why do you believe you could find love again?
Because of my mom and daddy. My mom and daddy was married 64 years. I saw what it looked like.
Right.
I saw what it looked like when it was hard, when it was good. I watched a man honor a woman. I've never seen nobody love nobody like my daddy loved my mama. That boy with that 3rd grade education, my mama taught my daddy how to read and write.
Question, White Star GB, right? I would ask you the same question that Shannon Sharpe asked Steve Harvey, right? After going through a divorce, I'm not sure. I don't think your divorce was messy. But,
no, it wasn't.
How were you able to buy back into marriage? Because, all right, you could come on with the notion of, all right, been there, done that, had my kid or whatever. I got a child. I've been married. I know what it's about, and it didn't work for me. So if you kept that attitude of like, yo, yeah, I'm not with that. I don't think anybody would say you were wrong for that. But what made you feel like, yo, I want to do this again?
I'm gonna have to agree with Steve. My parents, growing up in a nuclear family, that's the only thing that you could really see. You know, you see the value of having a woman by your side. You know, you kind of see it. You know, I poured everything into my daughter initially, you know, making sure that she was okay and she really felt like she had two parents, not together, but she could lean on us as a unit and individually, you know, put on a front like we're still her parents. Even though we're not rocking with each other right now, we could still show up and sit next together.
Yeah, like solidarity type of
for
vibe.
you. Mm-hmm. So I put a lot of energy into that. And then, yeah, I left it open. Yeah, definitely. I wasn't really thinking about getting married initially again. But when I found the right woman, it was almost like a no-brainer, you know?
Gotcha.
Yeah, she gets fit right into...
Was it less personal at that point? It's a lot of feelings that kind of go into the first one, I would think, right? Storybook vibes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. do you approach the second one? Is the story, is it less storybook vibes, less Cinderella?
Yeah. It's definitely less storybook and more reality based, and looking in the mirror and understanding what you really have to do, what role you really have to play.
So is it more business-like to a degree?
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you could say it's definitely more business-like, because you still have to do the whole ring and do the wedding and everything.
I mean, more like your outlook on it, right? Your take on it, meaning,
Nah.
Okay,
well, my take on being with a person again, being married again, was on love, was on spending the rest of my life with somebody, and finding that right person. That it's like if you're repaving your driveway, right? You're doing all the work. You down to like the last couple of pavers, you know what I mean? And those bricks just fit perfectly. It's just, it was written, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's kind of how it was. I was doing the work on myself, figuring out why my first one failed, everything like that, having a little fun, raising my daughter, and the bricks just started fitting in the right place, and everything fell in place perfectly. Met the right person.
I want to know from the people, man, anybody in the chat, if you have gone through a divorce and you feel the same way GB does, or you feel the opposite, and you say, yo,
there's a lot of opposite out there, bro.
Yeah, that first marriage was
scarring.
It was scarring. Yeah, scarring, and I don't want to go through that ever again. Yeah. We want to hear from you guys. All right. Put something in the chat or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But and after her, man, I mean, really, you look at my career and my life after her, it's just been a rocket shot.
You credit her for everything that we see Steve Harvey sitting here today. You credit her for that. The man that you became, the way you dress, the way you talk, the things that you have going on great in your life. You said, that woman over there.
Because I know what it is. Now, a lot of dudes won't do that. And I understand that. You want to get your shine.
Do you agree?
I was hoping you would stop it right there. I was waiting.
Do you agree that a lot of dudes, they don't give credit to their significant other for their successes?
Well, I was gonna ask you the reverse question. Do you think that your woman is responsible for a lot of how you handle yourself? That was gonna be my version of the question.
That absolutely,
it is. It is kind of like that. Yeah.
I said, yo.
Yeah.
And I'm not like.
Well, if I didn't, right, I couldn't even say it now. I do, but y'all both said it. I was a complete asshole. I'm like, I did my shit by myself.
No,
but not. Yeah. 100%.
Yo, I don't know if it's the universe or what. And I've told this to multiple people, right? It seemed like things started to change when I got married, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know why. I've been with my wife for a very long time, right? Before we even got married. But it seemed as if when we got married, my business took off. It went to another level. And it just seemed like things were happening in my favor. I can't say if you want to call it God, you want to call it the universe, but I don't know what it was. And I would speak to specifically to my cousin, right? And we're around the same age, and he is single, right? Or he was single at the time. I'm not sure if he's single at this point. And we would talk about relationships. We would talk about businesses and entrepreneurship. And I told him that, and I told him how I felt. I felt like when your household is stable and you're not ripping and running trying to find every chick, and you know that's there and that's who your woman is, and you're not looking for a woman, you can focus a lot more when it comes to your career or your business or whatever you're doing or your purpose in life, right? And that's just the way I felt. I'm not sure, I can't say definitively if that's a fact, but it's how I feel.
If we were going to reverse engineer it, that's why we tell single men, younger men on their purpose to focus on their craft. And that's why athletes, especially boxers, always said that they didn't
They don't have
sex while they were in training camp.
But I wonder though, but see, are these guys married men?
Well,
These boxers married men, and he's saying like, I'm not having.
No, these are men pursuing tail. I was trying to
you know what I mean?
I'm talking about reverse engineering
Right,
it.
okay,
Because you're more productive if you're not chasing tail.
For sure.
You're sleeping better. You're eating better. Your state of mind is better. Like you don't really have to juggle so many things when you have stability. Especially with the opposite sex. So to bring it back to married men, that stability lets you use almost 90% of your capacity to just getting better. And then
Which
you
is
have
true. I believe it too. I believe that.
Yeah, and then you're building an inner circle as well too, someone who's actually with you. And they always say two heads are better than one, So when you're vulnerable and you're in bed at night, and those times where you're unsure of yourself, you have an honest sounding board, and you have someone who has no ulterior motives. You believe that person generally wants the best for you, and they're invested in you doing well too.
And maybe it's the bother of like worrying about if this person is for you or not. It's not there. You know what I mean? More than even thinking about not having to worry about if this person is with me for my money or with me for my things.
Yeah. You're an athlete with a training staff. You know what I mean? You go out, you bust your ass, you do your thing, you drop 40, 10, and 15, but now you go get your ice bath, you get the massage, someone's watching film, someone's talking to you, they recuperate you, get you back out there for the next game. You dig? So, I think you do become a better person when you got that person in you.
Now, the original question, I guess, right, is do we think guys try not to give it up to the lady? Was that the original?
Yeah,
that's the original question.
The original question is,
that's the OG question.
do guys...
Yeah, it's nasty work.
I don't know. I might know a guy or two who I think maybe, but not many. I feel like not many guys are like...
Yeah, because all right, the reason why I asked that question, because a lot of the stuff that your significant other may do, it's intangible, right? You can't touch it or anything like that. It's just a feeling. A lot of it is a feeling, right? So, you don't know. You can't. You could say why you feel self-assured, or you could feel like you have stability in your life, but it's not something you could touch or feel. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
It's just a feeling of somebody having your back, like you said, a sounding board. Someone that's going to be honest and genuine with you.
Yeah.
Right. So, I could see a lot of men, or a lot of men saying like, "Nah, I can't." I physically went out and did the work. I did X, Y, and Z. Right, because that's tangible results. I did this, and this was the result. Right, but you don't realize that subconsciously, right? The fact that you have her or him, right? That might have added to why you were successful. So,
is it whack to give wifey credit though? Like, yeah, wifey dressed me today. Like,
no, well, I mean that.
What you let your wife? Your wife ever pick out an outfit for you?
I mean, if I put something on, like I'm always gonna ask her how I look, you know what I mean? And she be like, "Nah, I don't do that." You know what I mean? And but it's like almost like a Fabulous Emily B. Did he ever really give her credit for being his stylist?
No. Well, okay, I can't say no because I really don't know, but you didn't know that his wife or his wifey was a stylist until she got in the public eye, or she was out there, right? And he's been with her for years, right? And you just thought Fab is just fresh. He's just fresh to death because he's just an ill dresser,
right?
But it could have been her a long time ago, and he could have gave her credit a long time ago
and launched her career. Because look at me, but if it's not, I don't know. I wasn't there. Like,
we don't
if it's
know.
not true, but those are the rumors that you know what I mean. Like she got him fresh. You know what I mean? Like
If she got him fresh, just within the business, she's probably gotten some opportunities elsewhere.
All right, but she didn't get like
She wasn't like Misa.
exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Like she didn't get a look like her.
No,
Right?
times are different, but
I think it's easier
and
in
Misa,
these times.
I think too. But
just
but see, also Misa has a great relationship. Mary J. Blige is a great relationship. Like Emily doesn't have that like star friend that's going to.
sleeping with him every night, but
Right?
No, you got that one. That's one.
Yeah.
She had Diddy. I'm pretty sure. It's like
Right.
now it's the one up. It's the next customer.
You-
but I don't want to yap
alright.
too much. I'm sorry. I don't. We don't have to go too far. Stop.
all right.
Later.
And on you this and you that. Yeah, but I was that before, and I wasn't this or that.
Right.
I was a comedian before.
Right.
I was a TV star before. So you tell me what the difference is. It got to be her.
Right.
Because for the first time, man, I had peace at my house. When you got peace at the crib, dog, you can plug in your battery pack and get rejuvenated to go out here and deal with the rest of this shit you got to go deal with.
Right.
Because, hey, man, you know, them folks out there, they ain't not finna change. Racism out there.
Right.
It's on TV, it's on the internet, it's alive and well. She would give me the juice and the charge I needed to go back out there. She encouraged me. She told me I was something when I felt bad. She gave me but we was at the house laughing, having.
One thing that I'm seeing, and this may be because he's the age that he is. He said in the interview that he's 66 years old.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of self-assessment, right? He could kind of pinpoint like I was this, that, and the third, but I was that before, and shit changed for me at this time. He could easily just say, this is just the result of all the work that I put in before, right? But you got to be able to self-assess and be honest with yourself, right? And I think that's an area that a lot of men and maybe young men, I'm not going to say just young men, but men in general, they have a problem with self-assessing and even just being honest with themselves.
Honest
like,
with yourself is very tough to do.
I'm not the shit.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of trying to convince yourself you're the shit and staying the way you are, be honest with yourself. Because if you're honest with yourself, there's a chance that you can be better in the future.
Yeah.
Right?
There's a lot of niggas walking around here with smut on their name. Walking around like they got A1 credit, you know what I mean? Like it ain't even like that. Like we see that shit on your jacket, you know, right there, dog. It never came off. You got that stain on from, you know what I mean? Wild, you know. So yeah, you gotta be able to look in the mirror. You gotta be able to apologize. You gotta be able to hold yourself accountable. Be your hardest critic, but be your best cheerleader. You know.
Is it easier at 66 versus being 36 or 26? He's 66.
If you've been practicing since you was 26, then it should be easy at 66. Yeah, you should be able to look at your past relationships and see where you could have done better, even if the person cheated on you.
He's a highly successful 66 as well.
Yeah.
Right. I think that
Has
plays
some
into it a little bit. Right. The joint that he got is probably. I haven't seen his. Have I seen Miss Steve Harvey's wife?
Yeah, you seen it.
I feel like I've seen it in pictures.
Yeah, it's plenty of pictures.
She's good looking for her age. I'm sure she's good looking for the situation. Right.
Yeah.
You would say so, right? He ain't got no ugly shorty. I'm sure
he
might have an older shorty.
I'm assuming.
He might have an older shorty.
Yeah, her daughter's good looking, so I assume she birthed some good looking kids. So
yeah, she'll be all right.
So, you know what I'm saying? He could definitely be a little more appreciative at this leg of the race, if you think about it. You know what I mean? Because a regular 66-year-old guy is not, you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
Hiding.
Having a good time, man. If you look at since 2000, we got married in 2007. If you look at from 2007, I got Family Feud in 2009. The book came out 2009. Miss Universe after that. The talk show after that. Little Big Shots after that. The Judge show. The radio show got big after that. 4 books later, the movie came out, Think Like a Man.
Work.
All this after that.
Work.
What else is it? I just locked in with this chick, man, and she gave me a lot of good advice, man. She made me see things in a different way. And it was her, man, and it's okay, man. It's people.
So I think a lot of people in the general public will probably be like, what did she do? You know, what did, you know.
She wasn't with you shooting in the gym.
Exactly.
I mean, not. I mean,
Kobe, my nigga, I'm mad I had to be
was
here.
in the gym. She was in the gym. She was basically for his second hurrah. You know, for that hurrah. You know what I mean? That run, that championship run that Steve was on. Yeah, she was in the gym right there.
Yeah,
She was there.
I think a
It's
lot
like
of
saying
times-
Giselle wasn't in the gym. Nah, Giselle's in the gym. Like just for his run.
Not in the gym.
You know what I think?
I think the general public tends to undermine the wife for them too, right? Because it's not like she has a track record of being some crazy
See that's
manager,
what I'm saying. See,
agent, business mogul. So how does she guide him or consult with him on his career to take it to another level?
She probably told him, yo, take that shit off your head. You remember, he went bald after a while. Like, yo, fam, it's time,
Yeah, it gotta go.
it's time to go. You know what I mean? And then, because
Do you
Steve
think that
Harvey
skyrocketed his career, like getting rid of the wig?
he was a bit of a caricature. It was the big
He was
teeth
becoming a
and the fake hair.
caricature. Yeah.
And it was like, yo, let's give up the, you know what I mean? Yeah, you gotta let's
stash.
give the wig up. You know what I mean?
He is kind
So
of
we
like a
took that-
caricature though. still.
Yeah, but
His
not
suit.
well. Yeah, he's like, well, all right. Let's just say it. There's only 2 people they go to, 2 black men that they go to host things. There's Nick Cannon and there's Steve Harvey. Am I wrong? Am I missing anybody?
I never thought about it like that.
Nick
but
Cannon
yeah, I
hosts
think-
all the young stuff. Steve hosts all the grown stuff. He's good at what he does. She got him.
Apollo.
Remember,
Work.
remember Steve Harvey's suits were a thing?
They were
He
a
was
thing.
known for being swaggerless. Like, we used to snap on niggas, but like, yo, you got that Steve Harvey suit on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She got them together. You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. Also, she just could have been throughout. Think about it. If you listen to what he was doing at the time, she just might have been the one that stressed him the least. You know what I mean? He said that they was kind of together before, right? He said that?
Right.
Yes.
So she might have had that nigga, you know.
Maybe she's honest.
I had you,
fam,
you know what I mean? Yeah, I had you
You
before.
look dumb right now. Yo, I seen
the one.
last night's episode of Family Feud. Yo, you need to get that. You need to go see a tailor and a barber, big nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because my group chats is roasting you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she just, yo, you need somebody honest. And you need someone who could take constructive criticism. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So shooting in the gym means, yeah, when Kobe had that little schmut in Colorado,
Oh, Jesus.
you know what I mean? She sat next to him at that press conference. No matter how mad she was at him, no matter how embarrassed she was, she put a united front.
Shot
And
in
you
the
remember
jab.
after them ABC shows, I mean the ABC games, you know, she would be there holding the babies, waiting for Kobe at the end of the tunnel. Kobe give the babies a kiss, and they walk in the tunnel as a family.
Yeah, we rebuilding.
Like,
We
it was
rebuilding in front of
just
your eyes.
rebuilding. Yeah,
Right in front
I'm
of your eyes.
allowing you, as
Score
embarrassed
30.
as I am.
As I scored 30.
Yo, I'm embarrassed. You know what I mean? Like everybody, America's talking about me. I got the big ring. I'm the poster child for a wife who's like taking infidelity on the chin, but maybe shooting in the gym is being a rider.
It's relative, man. Shooting in
Being
the gym
there.
is relative to the situation that you're
Right,
in.
right,
That you got to do.
right.
Yes. She
If I'm
is in
down
the
right
gym.
now, yeah, just don't, you know. But honesty, yo, fam, you fucked up. You know, it's going to look crazy out there. But, you know, maybe that's what shooting the gym looks like. Bitch, she wasn't with me. She went in the gym.
All right.
People don't want to do that. Now, I know they tired of hearing me saying, but what you want me to say? Shit, I ain't got nothing else for you. Shit, it wasn't just all me.
Right.
She gave me the mindset to be me. And that's crazy, man. It's like there's a dude named Nuri Muhammad. I wish I had my phone, man. You could hear what this dude said about relationships. It's the coldest thing. He said, other than your relationship with God, who you choose to spend the rest of your life with is the single most important decision you will ever make. Because your other half will either your other half will be your better half or make you half of what you could be. Wow. She will either inspire you to greatness or reduce you to mediocrity. And then he went on to talk about, he quoted Minister Louis Farrakhan.
That's Jim right
and then
there.
at the end of it, he said, so choose wisely. And that was the first time, man, that I'd ever chose wisely. And it was the
Shout out to him for downgrading his ex-wives and his kid's mother.
You know,
What
hey
you
man,
supposed to do?
kind of is what it is, right?
You want to kick dirt in them all holes, man.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
I don't know.
I think
about
you're just too intelligent for the statement. You're trained at this thing. You know, the average person didn't probably get that. They probably just thought he was bigging up Shorty. But what do you think about that though? It's true. It's all true, right? It's pretty spot on there, right?
Absolutely. I wish more young men would get that. I don't think a lot of us live by that. I think that's something we should live by. Not just, it's not just something you hear and it's like it goes in and comes out or whatever. The person that you choose to spend the rest of your life with can bring you to a level of success or a level of mediocrity, right? A lot of times, and I'm speaking specifically to men, is that we focus on looks, sex, a lot of the shallow things when it comes to
That'll get
opposite.
you in the door, though.
That'll get you in the door.
Looks and sex.
That'll get them in your door and get you put out your door. You know what I mean? That's a possibility.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure you got to really assess the situation and assess the person that you're dealing with, right? Because you, like you just said, you don't want that person sleeping in your bed getting ready to eat you.
Nah.
You know what I mean? So mad a lot of gems, but men need to really take heed to what he's saying, all right? And don't just dismiss him because he's an old dude. You know what I mean? Because he's giving a lot of gems, All right, so
But wait, real quick before you even start that, think about that. Like, yes, even guys our age. I know young fellas, we want you to listen to this, but even folks our age, listen, because he's 66 spitting this and coming to that realization to have a great, send off into the sun. Like, our demographic as well, our cigars and whiskey demographic, something that we should think about really adopting at this point in our life as well. Some are on their first tries, some are on their second tries. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely applicable. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Absolutely.
But for us just as well as the young folks out there. I just had to say that real quick.
100%.
yeah, 100%. And before we move on, I just want to emphasize. Don't I understand beauty is something that we all want. The looks, the curves, the prettiest chick, all that good shit, right? Dudes are on social media, all in chicks' DMs, wanting to get with them, just to get a chance to go out with them, to be around these women, and you know nothing about their character, right? And when I say character, how loyal they are, how stand up they are, their morals and ethics, and like, is this the person that I want to be with for the rest of my life? Somebody that I could build with, that's not going to pull from my cup, that's going to pour into my cup, right?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm saying it, but I know it's going to go over a lot of dudes' heads, because a lot of dudes they just looking to pop, and they just it's a lot of people in toxic situations because the chick is hot and the sex is good, right? And they'll stay there. They'll continue with that relationship. They'll even get married. Put their life in financial jeopardy and lose it all, just for some good looks and good sex. Yo,
Sheesh.
Fellas, we better than that, man. We better than that.
Yeah.
The best thing, because a woman like an elevator button, man, they can take you up or down. If you get the right one, you got something. You get the wrong one, but it's like a man to a woman. If you get the right man, you can go somewhere.
Right.
You get the wrong man, you off. Like I heard you say one time, well, I was laughing so hard. You said you paid for a divorce.
Yeah.
I said, this dude right here was committed.
But see, I want people to think she was getting a divorce already. I didn't break the home
No,
up.
I don't
because
give a
you know
damn.
because you know how people take it and run with it.
Yeah.
She was getting a divorce.
And here go the money.
Right. Right.
What's wrong with that?
Right.
I'm trying to invest in my future.
Right.
See, these dudes kill me. That's what's wrong with this generation today. These young boys today, what do she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do your ass bring to the table? You gotta.
That seems to be like the $1 million question.
They broke him. They broke Steve right there.
Two old trick
He
ass
malfunctioned.
niggas.
Steve
Two
literally.
old tricks.
Yo, what's the timestamp
See-
on that?
see
What
that-
is the timestamp? At that particular, I need to know the exact time. Where we at right now?
We have 147.06.
At 147.06, Steve Harvey broke right there.
See, that's what happens too. It's like it's the messenger, man.
Yeah.
Like a lot of dudes will they'll dismiss what he's saying because he's older, and then he's coming off like an old school dude. You know what I mean?
On his third joint.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean, bro? Every woman he ever been, you took everything from him. Every time, you had to start from scratch. Every time.
You got
He
the advice.
believed in
though.
love.
You got the advice.
He's still right here as a man talking to y'all young niggas. Yo, go get money, fellas. Earn money, build yourself, build everything, and bring a woman into your circle that you can trust. Trust your discernment that you're going to meet a good person and build. I 100% agree with Steve Harvey. Like, you ain't asking a woman what she brings to the table. You need to see what she can add to you, where she can add value to your life and she can fit in. You're looking for a woman who's nurturing. You're looking for a woman who's stable mentally, physically. You're looking for a woman who can communicate well. Someone who's not going to, take anything from you. You know what I mean? Like, she's only going to add to you, Like,
See, and I get everything you said too. A lot of dudes need to. What's the point of asking a question, right?
I think
Spend the
it's
time,
proverbial.
do the
Yeah,
work in
I
the
don't
field.
think
You got to
one
watch
really
the person.
asks.
Yeah. That's like asking somebody that's you interviewing somebody that wants the job. They're gonna say what you want to hear,
Yeah.
right? You
Anybody
gotta
who
watch
works in
people.
Human resources is going to say the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, do not ask no woman that shit. Yo, see the woman, right? Learn how to observe a woman and see, like, yo, nah, that right there, nah, that's not it right there.
I got a homie that works in management, and he has problems with some of his employees. Within the first 6 months to about year, everybody kind of changes up, and they show themselves the true character. I told them, like, yo, listen, when you're interviewing them, tape it, record it, and show that person. No, show the person that recording. Every time you have to call that person into the office, show them, yo, fam, you were hungry. Look at your belt. Look at that baggy ass suit. Look at that tie. Yo, fam. Yo, if you keep fucking up, you want me to feed your family. You were promising me the world. You know what I'm saying? Like in this fucking interview.
Can you imagine that? Hold someone hostage by the interview.
Yeah, just show them that. Like, yo, every time they messed up, like, yo, you want to go back to that? Because you acting like you want to go right back to that. You know what I mean? Yo.
Oh,
like straight up and down, like, yo, I agree with Steve. Like, yo, man, like, men, you know, have discernment. You just said it. Looks, sex, is a lot, fellas. It'll get you. It'll have you on 2 or 3 tries. But yo,
but if you're paying
you're gonna
attention,
find the right balance. I'm not saying those things aren't important.
No,
you're gonna find that person.
But if you pay attention, you could see qualities or certain red flags in women. 100%. Right? Now, it could be clouded by sex and by looks.
Yeah.
Right? But if you could find the discipline in order to not get caught up in that, you could see the trees through the forest or whatever. I don't know how that saying goes, or it's the forest through the trees or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yo, bro, pay attention. Beware of the signs, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're, first of all, like, I'm not even just talking about marriage, right? There are men out there that have gotten caught up in bad situations dating and in relationships before they even got married. Forget about marriage and divorcing and losing your finances. I just heard a story about, it was a female that she was actually, now he was dead wrong now, right? Because he was dating a chick that was underage. I saw the story or whatever.
Oh,
she was underage, but she told the dude she was 22 years old. Wound up being like 16 or 17 years old. So he was stepping out on his wife, to see this chick, right?
Little girl.
Man.
So he's picking her up. She's saying she in college or all this other good stuff or whatever. She in her last year in college, all that good. And he's quote unquote believing it, right?
Damn it, man.
Her mother finds out, tells the authorities, reports him to his job. He got arrested. He lost his job.
Damn.
Right? Just having sex with a chick.
Yeah. Well.
Right? But I could guarantee that he was in a situation where one of those interactions, you saw the 16 in that girl, 17 in that girl.
I'm sure.
100%.
All right?
And now R. Kelly's in jail.
Yeah.
Nigga, sorry, I had to go through all that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's why I'm saying
Like,
pay
He did
attention.
it for you. He
to
did it
the
for you,
signs.
people. He did it for you.
He ain't know.
A woman that can come to the table that can make another you. What else she need to slide up to the table with? What about your job? What happened to men who were supposed to be responsible?
That's the day and age we're in, though. I think most men want a help partner, a helpmate. I don't think they even envision a world where they can let their woman relax and just provide. You blowing your breath real hard. What you think?
Nah, I'm just thinking about the situation. I'm just like, they don't make them like us anymore. They ain't really making them like us. That's why cigars and whiskey is so important. Like, you know, it's like I would retire. Like my next goal is to retire my wife before I retire. Like,
I would
gotta
love
put
to
her
do
up.
that.
You know what I mean?
Yo,
and then I could, you know, I could do what I gotta do. But that's like literally my next goal. Like before the big car or before, like everything else is gonna come after that. But it's like, why you even with her if you ain't trying to put her up? You know what I mean? And have that life and have her sitting good and everything like that. And you could reap the benefits of having someone in your circle that could, you know, focus their energy on making you greater. But it only tells me that men these days don't even believe in themselves.
I don't think so.
Yeah, these niggas is Kevin Durant.
I don't.
The niggas running to ready-made teams. You know what I mean? Niggas winning 72. You know what I mean? Games, and you know you running over there. You not the bus driver.
It's a lot.
You on the bus.
It's a lot of male gold diggers out there that's checking to see what a chick does for a living and what she
checking
got.
W-2.
Yeah,
That's not nice.
yeah.
That's just not nice.
Yo, I'm
not
not a pride and ego type of guy, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Like when my wife had our son and she was able to take like a couple of years off of work and
Shout
go
out
back to school and
Shout
all
out
that
to
stuff like
Carter,
that,
man. My boy.
I felt great that I was able to do that.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't know if, you know, young men today have that sense of pride. You know what I mean?
How long you get? Okay, because I get this. Niggas is getting time off now. They ain't taking it.
All right, I took my time. I took my time. I worked 15.
If you're getting paid for it,
I
then
worked
take it.
15 consecutive years. I took my time.
And you deserve it, dog.
All right, I took.
As long as you getting paid
3
for
months.
it. Yeah, they get paid for it.
3 months out
What
of
you
15
doing? You doing the
years.
cornerback back pedal?
I took mine.
I mean, he here, but I think here I be talking shit, but he right here.
That's okay. And that's all right. That's all right. That is all right. That's all right.
Shit. This is the realest shit ever. Nah, yo, bro. Like, I don't think we're in the same. We're not in the same day and age where, I think men will like literally they're planning like how women used to plan. Like, oh, he has a good career. He has this, that, and the third. I think men do that today. You know what I mean? Where it's like, yo, all right, if with my salary and her salary, we could live in this place, we could get these cars or whatever, this, that, and the third, and yo, we could live a certain type of life, and we could be like this, that, and the third. I think men are planning like that. You know what I mean?
If I have to play devil's advocate just for the sake of conversation and be like, that's working smarter, not harder. If you could strategize, if she just makes more money than you, and you're working, like, you know, that's just working smarter.
What that's for you as a man to live a softer life.
If that's the smarter thing to do.
How's that smarter?
Because she out there
to have your woman work side by side and have her work. Is that best for both of you, or is it best for you?
Still staying in character, playing devil's advocate is definitely best for It's definitely best for you.
I think it's a crutch. I think as a man, like when you're put into certain circumstances,
yeah,
and your back is not necessarily. It don't even have to be against the wall, right? But if that's your role,
yeah,
you'll maximize that role, right? So if I'm on a basketball team and I'm the 3-and-D type of guy, and that's what I do, if somebody else is on the court and they doing the same thing, that kind of takes away, you know, from what I'm supposed to do. That's my role. Right. That's my role, right? And I know, like, all right, well, GB could hit a couple threes too. He could defend too. So I gotta be, I don't gotta be all world, all NBA type of shit. You know what I mean? So I think certain things are done out of circumstance. Like if most men, if they had even let's just say the pressure that they had to, like, yo, they had to increase their income. They had to get more. They had to advance in their careers and get more money. Once their back is put against the wall, they'll make it happen. Most men will make it happen. They're gonna find a way.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you have that dependency,
yeah,
right? And I'm not talking about you're able to rely on your significant other. There's the difference when you're dependent and you're relying on that person to help out or whatever, or like, yo, if something happens, they got my back, right? But when you're dependent, like, this niggas is saying like, yo, you didn't pay your half of the bills. You know what I mean? So that's a difference.
Yeah,
it's not weird conversation. That's regular conversation these days.
I mean, you analogized it to like a crutch. You know, a crutch is necessary for a certain time. You know, everybody goes through seasons when they're up and down. You know what I mean? So sometimes you need that crutch to lean on while you heal or you get better.
Oh yeah,
but if you can stay on that crutch, you're gonna have that baby leg. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you're gonna permanently walk with like a limp. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Be anxious for yourself. You know what I mean? And then and that limp sends reverberations in the relationship and in the household. You know, as the little resentment sets in and loss of respect. But men, take that message to be the best version of yourself at all times, even if you're playing a supporting role for a little while, for like a season or two. You should never be the partner. You should always be the starring role. You should always be Justin Timberlake. You should always be Beyonce. You should always be Michael Jordan. You should always be the person who your light, your vision should be the brightest in guiding your family where you got to go. You know what I mean? Yeah. So. Yeah.
You know that it's our job to take care of a woman and some children, to have a family. That's our damn job.
But what happens to when the woman tell you, I don't need a man, Steve?
Well, they need to what? Okay, if you don't, how that's working? How that's working? Who don't need no man?
I'm independent. I can do for myself.
Yeah, but why do you want to? Yeah, okay, you can drop a transmission. You can sandblast your house. But hell, do you want to?
No.
If somebody could get out there and drop this transmission for you and sandblast your house, why don't you go get your nails done? I'm not trying to reduce a woman to nothing else. Be all you can be. But damn, who don't need a man? That's a lie. What man don't need a woman? I tell you what. Try to live without them. Try to live your life without women. This ain't about la-da-da, man. This is some bullshit without women. If it wasn't for women, what would you? Aristotle Onassis said it best. He said, if women did not exist, all the money in the world would have no meaning.
Oh, that's a good one. Let's put that one under the microscope. No.
You go first.
I believe it. That's definitely a fact.
If there were no women, all the money in the world would have no meaning.
Sausage fest.
No. Well, it would be, but it's like
you don't want to be there.
Yeah. Well, what would you do with it at that point?
90% or 95% of the shit that men do, is for women.
Right.
It's for women,
and through women come kids. So it's like, yeah, it's all
going
that way. Family. It's all going that way.
Yo, it's all about what you dudes work and provide, not for a lot of times for a sense of self. It's for like, it's a show. Like, yo, I'm a good provider. I got money. It's for women.
I had my first kid at 19. Like, I don't even remember life before that. You know what I mean? I remember just being a kid, but I don't remember being like a young adult. Like, I've always been responsible for somebody. I think it made me into the man I am today. It gave me a laser-like focus. It's almost like, I've never been to the Army, but it's almost like going to the Army. Like, when you have a purpose, you have a focus, you have an end game, you have a reason to always stay employed, you have a reason to always get better, always be better. Take the right path. Don't take those secondary choices and look for the quick lick and all that.
Can I ask you a question?
Shoot.
I never asked you this though. Were you scared?
You want to ask me now, right?
Yeah. Were you scared?
Yeah, I was shitting bricks, dog. I was shitting bricks.
Like, cause I know when I had my first kid, I was very nervous, and I was damn near 30, and I was nervous. So I know you at 19.
I was shitting bricks, but I at the same time, I worked for myself. I worked to get like sneakers and to buy rims on my car and all that. But it was like, all right, just go get 2 jobs. You know what I mean? Let's just fill up that day. Then it was like I was in college, and had short-term vision. That's one of my things. I wish I would have finished school, but it was like, let me get into the workforce because I'm going to work 16 hours a day to make sure that, my daughter would be straight. Like if she got to go to the best daycare. She got to eat the best food. She got to have the best diapers on her, best, formula, everything. Everything got to be top notch for my baby, you know what I mean? And to this day, even having a second child, you know what I mean, it just rejuvenated me, and it just men work like I can't relate to a man who doesn't have anything to work for, but men who do have responsibilities and have a wife at home and have kids and all that. Yeah, man, go out there, sell a brick if you got to, yo. You gotta do what you gotta do, yo. You know what I mean? I'm not condoning that, but yo, you gotta do what you gotta do to get it done, fellas. Cool.
Yeah, man.
You 2 babies in, man.
Yeah.
That fire is bright. That fire is in you.
Yeah, it's it's a different game.
Right.
It's a different game. It's having 2 very different game, and trying to find yourself, aid them. It's a tough business, man. Yeah. I'm done. Done.
Are you at the game?
Done. No more. No more.
Ron coughing like he got one in him.
What do you think? Let me ask you a question. How would life change for you? Right, the third one. Imagine that starting all over. Look, he's coughing. Look, we got him.
Look, I can't.
We broke him.
But no.
What time in the episode is this? Ron broke at this particular timestamp. This, all right. When you go over it, this is when Ron broke.
There would it be.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, man. No more.
Dog, women is everything. They the catch me out. They the lick, man. But these young boys done forgot it because these women out here, they've had to be independent because they ain't got the right man.
Okay.
But this system of marriage is still good.
Okay.
This system of a man taking care of a woman, that's really how it's supposed to be. All the rest of it's bullshit, man. And y'all need to quit tricking yourself with this new way of thinking. Because this new way of thinking ain't getting y'all no damn where.
What do you think? What do you think about what he just said? Is he caught up in the past?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I think that's okay because it's like he may be caught up in the past, but he is spewing a relatively noble idea, right? It's a noble idea. So, it is the right thing to do, right? If you go out there, you have a family, you have a woman, you have a kid. Yeah, the right thing to do is to provide or die trying, fall on the sword trying to give everything you could possibly give. Where it may come up as old school or different is because the mentality now is, what are you bringing? What can I get from you versus what I can, what I mean?
Yeah.
If you realize everything, pop culture, music, everything is directed to what I can get from you. You better have this. If it ain't this, then, right? Like that, if it ain't this, if right now,
yeah.
It's serious in culture, dating culture, culture in general. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I would say it's the opposite almost of what culture is right now. So maybe it could sound old school, but it's noble, right?
Very noble. It is very noble. What you think, JB?
I'm just thinking like black. I'm just thinking about the history of black men in America. starting off with like slavery. Like men had babies, and you know they could get sold to other plantations or sent to other places, and you had no control over that. Then moving forward, it was like to work. You had to go up north and leave your family to provide, and then even go to war. You know what I mean? Men had to go to war. You know, plenty of times when they were drafted or to provide for their families, and it's just like we've gone so left. You know, it's like an overcorrection. You know, to like being around to like going for the ride.
Right, because my question is this. All right, think about that, right? Where a man had to, like you say, go to war, travel super far. Now, let's say right now, we all have families, right? We have places to live, kids go to school, certain places. Life is going. How willing are we to take a trip somewhere far away from everybody just to, to make $1? What kind of dollar would that have to be?
It is what it is. You got to do it. But the luxury is being home to do the homework, being home to eat dinner.
Right.
Being home is a luxury.
Right.
But you overextend it when you're kicking your feet up and you got wifey working crazy and you doing all that. And
Right.
you know what I mean? And you trying to shortchange what you could bring into the household and not maximizing your potential.
Oh, man, you went all the way.
I mean,
all the way there.
that's what I was trying to get to. Come on, fellas. Doing a little too much now. Come on now. Be humble now. Oh, come on now. Come on, Ryan. You ain't say nothing, man.
No. I don't want to. I don't want to sound like I'm making excuses, but is it just different where in the black community we don't have as much, right? And can we as a group, men and women, realize that, all right, well, every couple is not going to be living in the swankiest neighborhood, have the cars, everything, and living that lifestyle, right? Because I think a lot of the times when you get to these women, like Shannon Sharp was talking about women that they say they don't need a man. I'm independent. I got my own money. It was basically saying like I can buy my own stuff, right? It has nothing to do with companionship. Having somebody there to love you, to be there for you, to rock with you.
She'd rather do it by herself than get with somebody who can't match her fly. Like if you spent your whole life building yourself up, why would you get with somebody who, like, we just sat here and we spoke about what men want from women. What do women want from men? Women want protection and provision. You want to be able to take those 2 years off, 3 years off to have my baby and not have my baby in daycare and all that. And have the house. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you feel like you constantly gotta settle.
What do you? All right, okay. Is it settling when the majority of men in your demographic or your race demographic, they can't provide what you're looking for? Are you settling, or is just your pool of your dating pool just this is what it is?
Well, yeah,
right.
Well,
so this is what I'm saying. Like black women, sort of, kind of. I hate to sound like this, right?
Come on, you already sound like it.
Like, yo, if you want to date a black man, you're probably gonna have to date a man that doesn't make that much money, as much money as other races.
That's nasty.
What do you mean it's nasty? We just
So
looked
instead
at,
of fucking
didn't we
telling
just-
black
didn't-
men to go make more money, you gonna tell bitches to settle? Like,
I wouldn't call them bitches.
that sounds nasty, nigga.
No,
It's nasty
But what,
talk.
no. We got to deal with the
What time is
Mac,
it?
he just dirty Mac the
What
whole.
time is it? Yeah,
dirty Mac
nasty
the whole
talk.
audience.
What time are we on? This the nasty talk segment. Mr. Nasty Man.
He
Go ahead,
dirty,
nigga.
he dirty Mac the whole audience.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Go ahead, man.
Yeah,
I vehemently disagree with what you say.
Bro.
Go ahead, bro.
bro. Like, yo, if we just looked at the list, right?
Yeah,
we
yeah,
were on the
yeah.
group chat of the
That
median
list is-
the median income of everybody in the United States of America.
I was trying to get off that list. I was like, yo, I'm African American. Like, I'm sorry.
You see how y'all niggas are doing? You see how they do us, bro?
Out,
how-
nigga.
yo.
I'm about to be out.
That's
I'm
how-
like, yo, what's the other American? Like, I'm about to be out, nigga.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
that's all right.
I
That's
ain't
all
from
right.
Africa.
That's
I
all
ain't
right,
from
Brian.
Africa. I'm not from Africa.
That's all right.
I
Black
don't know.
folks always trying to separate themselves from the pack, right?
Not with that. We didn't understand, like,
So
35?
35 is what the median income is of African American.
Nigga, I was at 35 last month, nigga.
All right, okay,
Fuck that.
that's the thing, right? So we may be
That
jaded.
may include women as well, right? That's not just. That's the
Yeah.
full body.
Yeah, that
Oh,
is
that's
the-
how that was household?
Yeah.
It's just as a people, as a
Yeah.
Oh, that was in individual,
yeah,
right?
as a sector.
Yeah, as
we're
a
gonna post
race.
it. We're gonna
It's-
post
it's-
it. We're gonna
it's-
post it
it's-
on the gram.
Yeah, it's as a race, right? Men and women, I believe.
Yeah.
Right? And I think that a lot of the times people have to realize that
Charge.
your dating pool is not it's not what you think it is. Right? So, all right, if you see a chick on Instagram that's jeweled up, designered up, and she in a nice ass house or whatever, just because she got a dude that got bread doesn't mean you gonna get a dude that has bread. As far as the dating pool is concerned, like, yo, if you want to date a black man, you might have to date a man that doesn't have that much money, right? And is it something wrong with saying that, or am I just being realistic? And everything, like, I understand what you're saying as far as black men need to go out and make money. And I'm not trying to make excuses. Some stuff is on the people, but some of the stuff is systemic.
So
You,
black
you
men are
side eyeing me. I see you side eyeing me.
we in your house. I'm fucking kicked out. Yo. There's no excuse to be broke, man. You can't get paid. The earth is big. You worthless kid. I can't understand how you don't want better for yourself. Then I can't understand how you having children and don't double that ambition. And then I can't understand how you have a wife and don't triple that ambition. I just can't get it, man. If you caught up on all the little rack shit,
You believe
if you caught up on all the reality shows, if you caught up in all the little drug dealer reality, all the drug dealer shows, BMF, Power, all that shit. If your creative player got a 99 on 2K, and you ain't out there making money, man, you ain't doing enough as the black man, yo. Black men, we live in a world of capitalism, value for value. What can I offer you for money? That's it. Go and get the money. Excel in this.
All right. Are you talking about somebody like you, or are you talking about the average person?
Well, yeah, I did leave that list. I'm not African Americans. I don't know. Them niggas ain't like me.
See, this is the thing, right? You'll make it like the assumption is that on that list, those people, everybody, like that, just that group of people just works harder than other people. It's not, a lot of times it's not about just how hard you work, right? Because I could say I'm a testament to it. Like, if you're willing to work hard, you'll make the money that you want to make. Because there's enough work out there for you to make the money that you want to make, right? You might have to work longer. You might have to work a little bit harder, right? But if you're willing to work, if you want to make whatever dollar, most of the dollar figures or whatever, right? You can make it, right? But some of the stuff is, let's not, certain people are wired different. Regular people, like, I'm not saying I'm not a regular person, but my work ethic, I don't think I have a regular person's work ethic, right? Mm-hmm. So you may not have a regular person's work ethic. And on that list, those people that make, let's say the median income is 80,000, right? And I think that it's 70 something might have been the highest or whatever race of people it was. All of them they don't just work harder than everybody, right? It's just is even the regular person. We're talking about the median, the regular person, the average person.
They did at one time. Either they worked harder in school and they got a high-paying job out of school, or they didn't go to school and they worked harder to gain opportunities later on in life that they could leverage. You know what I mean? Any way you look at it, you're gonna have to do hard work. If you're in your 20s and someone's working at Costco and at Chase in the morning, you know what I mean, working at a bank and doing something else, that person who is a full-time student at college and taking notes in class all day, then going home and do homework, they're both working as hard, but they're working hard in different areas. So either you're going to get your money, easy later on, or you're going to get your money, harder. You know what I mean? I feel like people who don't go the traditional education route have to put a little bit more work in it. You got to work on your entrepreneurial spirit, because you got to get it at the end of the day. You got to work on building relationships. You got to work, yo. You don't have the luxury to kick back and look around and try to see, whatever everybody else is doing,
All right.
So
I get you.
So
I get you.
that's where I'm at.
All right.
I'm sorry. I got in trouble on one time. This group came after me because I said Marjorie belonged to me.
And they said she's not a possession. She's a person. She's a human.
She is. She mine. What is you talking about? She belonged to me, but I got news for you. I'm hers. I belong to her. See, if you don't like that system, carry your punk ass on. Go do something else and let me know how they work out for you. I want to belong to somebody.
Right.
I want somebody to belong to me. I take care of my wife and my family.
Did you ever feel like you
job.
belong to somebody?
I think most people feel like that, and I don't think that's based on income or and what you have.
Belong is a strong word, but I get what he's saying.
And never ever get my pussy your way and keep it tight, right?
You see,
Mine.
Yeah.
Like, it's mine. Like, that's it. Like, that's mine, you yours. That's what.
because it's like be owned by, be the property of, the possession of.
Technically,
Be a member of.
Technically,
And then look up the definition of monogamy. Cool. Right after that.
technically, you're somebody's husband. Somebody is your wife, right?
Monogamy. So the practice or state of being married to one person at a time. Different
I
than
thought you were going to give me a little more sauce on that.
no. The practice or state of having. Yeah. So
The
that's
process of being. All right. So, yeah, all right. I mean, yeah. Belong. Yeah, I feel like that's monogamy in a nutshell. I belong to you. You belong to me. Funny thing happened in the news was, I don't know if y'all date with it, Chance the Rapper. He was in Carnival.
Yeah.
he's getting some
and
flack right now, man.
He got caught catching the dub and giving a little smackety smack at the end of it. Wifey came out with a little soliloquy after, like, yo, she wasn't too happy with it. He got in trouble. People have been a little hard on her, saying that, she's overreacting a little bit. But I ask, if that was his wife bent over, giving a nigga a dub, and then a man smacked the ass, would it look different? Is there a double standard?
Yeah. Is
it harmless when a man does it? But if a woman is bent over, it's a bigger deal?
I feel like it's.
I think the biggest issue is that it was public.
If it was the same thing, public though. Because I don't really find too many people who found something wrong. We laughed at them. We were like, oh boy, you got to go.
All right, devil's advocate here.
Sure.
I'm stepping in.
Sure.
I'm stepping in right here.
Come on.
I guess it's the smack that makes it a problem, right?
Smack.
Because let's just say this. You're a star.
Yeah.
You walking through the carnival.
Yeah.
Chick just throws
Yeah.
it at you real quick.
Caught a dub.
Like, okay, are we expecting Chance the Rapper to either A, do a little Barry Sanders move around it?
Mm-hmm.
No? So, or push her out of the way? What are we looking to happen at this particular time? Fire security? Maybe security got, let people too close. So it's the smack, right? Because
You seen that
if
beautiful
he just
black
catch the
butt
dub real quick, just a little
and commenced, and he
you know what I'm
humped
saying?
it. Yes. He
You know
humped
what I'm
that
saying?
beautiful greasy black butt. And then smacked her on the way out.
What is he
like,
supposed to
"Thank you."
do? Think about it. Come on. You right now, you know your wives. You walking, camera on you, but that happens. What do you do? What do you do, Ron? What do you do? Do not
I
run.
might do a little wine.
All right, I'm out of there.
I'm not slapping the ass.
Mr. Loverman over here, right? Me,
All
I'm
right,
out there.
you be-
I'm running.
I think
pushing out the way?
my wife would be
out?
okay with it. She'd be okay.
outta here.
But if I smacked the chick ass, she probably would have a problem with that.
So let me ask you, would you have a problem if your wife was dancing in the club, her friend was taping her, then all of a sudden this man got behind her and she just kept kind of going?
Probably.
Cause you belong to me. Why is that, sir?
All right, it's the thing. It might suck, but she's in a place where that's supposed to happen. So it's the bigger problem being in it, being in a place where that can happen.
I
Should
could
you
see
be at
Ron
Carnival?
like, yo, why
Should you even be at
Why
Carnival?
wasn't your back to the wall though?
So the bigger problem is him being at the carnival in the first.
Nah, he's supposed to be there. He's an
Why?
entertainer. He's just an entertainer. You don't know if he was performing. You can walk it through.
Yeah.
The fact that he caught that dub and gave that pat at the end of it, boy, he stamped that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, that's a man who does it often.
Nah,
I'm not gonna do that.
come on, man.
That's
Come on.
nasty work. That's nasty work.
Dirty man.
That's nasty
man.
work. I'm in the mud. Let me get out the mud. That's nasty work. I'm sorry, Chance the Rapper. But yeah, man. I feel like that story really kind of brought out the possession kind of thing. Yo, you mine. Like my wife is mine. Like her butt is mine. No one can smack her butt but me.
You saying that, or you saying that?
I'm saying that. I'm saying that. I know. I'm saying that for real.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. I get you.
That's my butt. I married that butt.
Yeah.
Sorry. So no.
In your previous relationship, did you feel like they belonged to you or you belonged to them?
Yeah, I did. My first marriage, yeah. I felt that way. I just didn't have the equipment. I just wasn't the man I needed to be. Did the best I could. I just came up short. I've apologized to her because it really was my fault. I got married too young.
Right.
You know.
How's your relationship with her now?
I mean, we cool. We cordial.
Right.
We cordial.
Okay.
She gave me 3 beautiful kids. I got twins. My oldest son sitting over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
How you got 3 kids? Marjorie had kids. How was the blended family? How did that work, Steve?
that shit hard. that shit.
I thought you were gonna give me cool by y'all. Like,
No, that shit hard, dog. They wasn't in agreement. They went bowling one night in Memphis when me and Marjorie first got together. We brought all the kids together, all 7 of them.
What you think about blended families?
Oh,
Play a little bit more. Give it like 10 seconds.
And all the girls went bowling and came back and decided they didn't want us to get married and said they don't think it's the right thing to do. And they need more time to get to know us. And I'm sitting up here looking at some people that ain't got shit. I'm sitting up here going, y'all ain't got a relationship, a good ass job, a career. I'm paying for colleges and shit. I don't know how I'm listening to y'all making some damn decisions. Y'all ain't got one boyfriend that done worked thus far. So I don't know how the hell you finna tell me how to live. My sons was over there cool with it. Broderick, Jason, and Wynn, they sitting over there, they cool with everything.
Right.
The 4 girls, total, just mayhem.
Totally against it.
Totally against it.
I think we're good.
Ain't none of them got nobody.
Telling it like it is, man. Steve Harvey has reached. Yeah, he's reached that old guy spot where I'm laying it all out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cuss you out right now.
Yeah.
I said it on this cast to curse everybody out.
This is kind of where I disagree with Steve. He's on his 3rd joint at this point. You know,
Third marriage?
Yeah.
Okay.
His kids, and then who knows how many people that he's introduced his children to, you know? Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, I feel like as a parent who's introducing your family to another family or to another person or anything like that, you really, 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 really have to adhere to a strict almost like a credit score.
You don't think it's a double standard for men versus women?
Absolutely not. And I feel like men pay the price even harder. You know, men lose their relationship with their children more than women do over their children. I feel like women prioritize their children.
I think they
break
do
up
because,
more.
Yeah, because usually the children are with the women, but they have to be more cognizant of who they bring in front of the kid. Men will be kind of more willy-nilly about their kids meeting the chick that they fucking or something like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And we always trying to say that.
I don't know if it has the same impact if mom, and I live with mom, and she's introducing me to guys that's smashing.
Definitely different. Definitely goes over
versus
different.
my father.
Definitely goes over differently than one
Because
other.
all right, my mother and my father weren't together, right? And my pops was doing him. You know, I saw a couple chicks here or there that he was doing X, Y, and Z with. No real impact on, you know. But if my mom was, you know, meeting the guy, dating the guy, and then like I met him and then he not there, that has more of an impact than
It does.
my father.
It does.
Yeah, I hear you. Do you? I don't know what to ask you, because there's a question there that is like, it's right there. Like, do you think more of your mother than you think of your father?
Oh man.
Well,
but you don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
I think you expect more.
Right.
You gotta get close
You
to the mic,
expect more.
GB.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because like I wanted to be held to a certain standard. I didn't want to be the father that brought people around to my daughter or to my parents,
Right, so I was
or
gonna ask
to
you, so that's-
anybody.
you're very
I kind of
skeptical
wanted
about
you
that.
to
Why though?
meet, because you lose your credibility with the more people.
I agree.
People you bring around. Oh, it's another person. Oh, that's another person.
You think the
I
kids are
split-
really cognizant of that, or you
Yes.
just you
I think
feel
so.
like
Well, we
I
have to
think
be cognizant of their feelings. They're humans, like they're people, and you just can't bring people in and out of their life. Or this is uncle this, or this is auntie this, or this is miss this. The new Why does your child have to be subjected to every person that you're dating? You know, you got to trust your discernment, and you got to separate your personal life from your parenting. You know, I wanted to be looked at. You know, I wanted to be looked at as the best parent. I wanted to be the best parent I can be.
Now that seemed to be more when you first go. Now with your youngest daughter, how do you You feel the same exact way about that? Well, obviously you do.
Yeah, I mean, me and her mother are together, healthy
Right.
relationship.
So this is all that she knows.
Married.
This is all that
Last
she
name.
knows, right.
That's all she knows. Like that's we go to school together, PTA meetings. We're the nuclear family.
Right.
And like I said, with my first daughter, I wanted to simulate as close as I can to have a no matter if I'm remarried or anything, I want you to know this is your father, this is your mother. We will stand together, we will sit together, we will be anywhere you need us to be as long as you need us. You matter.
Now, did you try to force a motherhood? I'm sorry, this might be off topic, but I want to know. Did you force the stepmother thing?
Not even close.
On her?
I did the opposite of it. Because
my dad's a little pushy with that. My dad's a little pushy with that.
Close. They didn't meet for years.
Yeah.
Like there's no reason to. Like,
And now what is she? How is it now? Well, now it's just solidified.
Yeah, the relationship is great, and she has a good relationship with her mother, and she knows that my wife is a secondary mother to her.
I'm here for support.
She's there, right there. Talk to her. Even now, she steps in. Now that she has a child, my wife really stepped in a little bit more to try to coach her through things.
Nice chance. That's opportunity right there. To that opportunity.
Nice opportunity to meet everything.
Nice.
But I didn't squander that relationship, and I didn't I didn't push that relationship, and I didn't water it down.
Right.
By introducing her to person after every woman I dated, every person, everything like that. You know what I mean? So that's why I disagree with Steve. I felt like he took his kids'
advice,
feelings into more consideration without even so much taking their advice. But the way he looked in the mirror for everything else, I don't think he looked in the mirror with, yo, I'm on my
his
third
kids didn't
joint.
have a problem. He said her kids had a problem.
Okay,
so that was her kids?
Her kids.
I thought it was.
Shout out to him for marrying a chick that had 4 kids.
Sheesh.
Yeah, a little,
Would you ever?
No. He's answering no.
No.
Yeah.
Nah. But as a whole, this interview, Shannon Sharpe is 55, Steve Harvey is 66. Mm-hmm. Great OGs.
Older gentlemen.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Great interview. I felt like that I probably watched it like two or three times. We spoke about it multiple times. Mm-hmm. We thought that we should bring it to y'all and try to break it down and speak on certain things about it. I hope you found our, commentary on it entertaining.
Yeah, man. I feel like it was a lot of jewels in the actual interview. Mm. And I think we gave a lot of context to a lot of the shit that they said. You know what I mean? So.
Steve and Shannon are more than welcome to come on Cigars and Whiskey.
That's right.
Come on out. Open invitation. You know what I mean?
Shannon wanted to come. I told him he had to wait, though. We'll book him, though.
I told him he had to wear socks.
Yeah.
So he...
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, but I think we're done with this, right?
So what are we saying? What are we saying to young men, young women about a lot of the points that we reacted to in this interview? What kind of advice would you give to a young man, young woman?
Men, expect the world to be put on your shoulders. You could buckle, you could complain, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Put the world on your shoulders and go out there and get it. There's no excuses in the world. Men have been doing it time and time again. There's been so many situations that not been fair. Life isn't fair. Cool.
It's not fair.
Life is hard.
It's not
especially
fair.
for men.
It's not fair.
There was a I'm on the gram. There was a post on the gram of a Ring doorbell. It was a white dude. He was leaving for work, maybe like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
It was very cold, and he was walking out the door, and he turned around and looked at the Ring doorbell, and he was talking to his wife. He was like, "Yo, it's so cold out here. I'm tired. You're in the bed right now." And he took his jacket off, threw it. He was so mad. You know what I mean? He be, like cursing her out, but like in like, jest. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, yo, life is so hard out here for us. Like, we out here doing it. This isn't fair. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he put his jacket on, he turned around, he got in the truck and went to work.
Yeah.
We're gonna get this shit out of the state.
Yeah.
It's made to be like that. You know what I mean? You got a good woman, maybe she's gonna scrape some of the shit off and maybe throw a little Lysol on it so it don't smell so bad. You know what I mean? But it ain't gonna be the greatest, you know what I mean? Like we're gonna do the hard things, And men, just be prepared to do them hard things, It's all right to get your fingers manicured and all that, but yo, get some dirt up under them shits too. You dig? You can't be too pretty, yo. That niggas turning the freaking. All right, this is what I gotta stop.
All right.
Cool. What's up, man? What we get? What's the last thing that we got?
Man. Well, listen, Steve said a lot.
Alpha. We didn't even get into the career stuff.
A lot,
right?
man. Accountability.
A lot of
I
accountability.
think a lot of it is just take accountability for
I like that.
yourself.
I like that.
Yourself. Understand that the confines of a relationship are always growing and shifting. As people get older, they discover new things about themselves and they want to, right? So as much as you have to be concrete and solid about your intentions and what you want from this thing, also you do have to leave a small bit of room for flexibility and growth, right? A person growing together. But yeah, accountability, understanding that it's important. It's important for us as humanity to try to build a family and honor the family, honor.
It's the only way we grow, right?
You know what I mean? Like for us to stay alive, for what do you call it? For population reasons. I don't know what you call it, but reproduction, right?
Yeah.
The man and woman, honor each other, honor the relationship that we have. Try to make it better. Try to self-assess.
Biggest success is self-assess.
Assess the relationship. Assess your the way you are in relationships, right? Maybe we all know we got things we got to fix. But I think Steve dropped a lot as far as accountability and making sure that he got off his chest how, to make your woman feel important.
Yes.
Right? I feel like he got up there and
Yes.
one of his goals was to make his woman feel important. You know what I mean? When her homegirls see that interview,
Yeah.
and her family
Yo.
sees the interview, she sees it, and the kids and everybody sees that interview. He left no stone unturned as far as where he feels his motivation came from, and I think that's something we could all take from Steve and apply, to our relationships going forward.
Absolutely.
Cool. Can I ask you a follow-up question?
Sure.
If that was like someone like Will Smith,
Right.
giving that same message,
Right.
how would it be received from you?
Well, maybe a little differently because his dirty laundry is,
Yeah.
their laundry. I don't even say dirty. Who am I to judge? Their laundry is in the street for public consumption, right?
Right.
His problems have leaked out.
Yeah.
But listen, to be honest, if he came to me saying those kind of things about Jada,
Yeah.
I mean, I might have to believe it even more than Steve Harvey to a degree.
Because he's doubling down.
Because he's
on it.
doubling down. He's doubling
Tripling
down on
down.
what it is. And I need to hear some mistakes you made though. Come out and be like, yeah, I had a couple joints. You know what I'm saying? She had a couple joints. Her joint just came out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But now if Will Smith comes like I was totally faithful and this just happened, then then it would be bad. But
Right.
Yeah.
if Will Smith can tell me he was a perfect model citizen in a situation, then it would come off different. But if not, they might have been doing them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if he could say to me, yo, listen, she got my kids, you know what I mean? We still getting this money, we still progressing. That shit was old. Y'all remember, think about it, that shit might have been old.
Oh, word.
That shit might have been old for them. So for it to get to the public where it got that big, they could have been dealing with that and been done with that. And, you know, so yeah. Yes and no, I guess.
Ron Cole, I believe it's on you.
Yo, man, I a lot of gems in this interview. One thing I really held close to me with the interview is the fact that he really put his wife on that pedestal,
Start to finish.
and I ain't gonna lie to you, like, I'm not trying to sound sappy or anything like that. Like, I've been saying to myself, what's been running in my head, like, I'm so connected with my wife. Like, if she left me at this point, like, she would really probably break my heart. You know what I mean? Like, it might, like, it
like
might,
Tyrese?
I don't know. It could be like that.
It would suck. It would definitely suck.
It would suck.
It would
a
suck.
lot.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of shit would be fucked up.
Like, yo, you don't understand. Like, yo, me and my like connection, like really connected, right? You know,
there is a
for
connect.
sure, for sure. Like, speak to it like so much during the day, and it's like, yo, anything that happens, so I can understand where he's coming from, and it's like, men, we gotta learn how to value our women. You know what I mean? We tend to get caught up in a lot of different stuff, and it's like, yo, we take our women for granted. You know what I mean? Assuming that they're always gonna be here, right? Not that they'll ever just leave you, just to leave you. Like, they could just not be here physically because, health, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yes,
so it's like, yo, while they are here and they're with you, you got to cherish them. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the fact that he's giving his woman ultimate props.
Her flowers when she could smell them.
Yes,
Word.
absolutely.
Word.
And that definitely resonated with me because I've been feeling like that. Like, that's why I said at the beginning of the show, like, going on a date with my wife, I'm excited to just go out and hang with her. You know what I mean?
What's up?
So, yeah, man. I know for a lot of young dudes, man, if you could just see past the age and the guys that are talking, I think a lot of the shit that they were talking about is universal. It'll work for your life and work for your relationship. It'll help you avoid a lot of mistakes if you take what they said and a lot of the commentary that we said, right? So
More of what we said.
yeah, man. So, yeah, man. We can be better. We can be better individually as men, and then we can be better in our relationships as couples, men and women, all together. You know what I mean? So, and that's what we're here for, man, to add value to the conversation and elevate the conversation. All right? And with that, again, we want to thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Cigars and Whiskey. If you don't follow us on Instagram, please do at Cigars Whiskey. That's Cigars with an S, Whiskey. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Cigars, the N sign, Whiskey Podcast. All right. And remember to like, share, and also subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications when we have new videos coming out. Also, if you have questions, comments, recommendation, you want to recommend a cigar, a spirit, or even a topic, hit us up. You can hit us up on Instagram, or you can shoot us an email at podcast@cigarswhiskey.com. Again, podcast@cigarswhiskey.com. If you like the content that we're putting out and you want to show some support, you can do that via Cash App. It's the same as the Instagram, Cigars Whiskey, Cigars with an S, Whiskey. All right. What are we feeling about this Beacon bourbon?
I feel like New York got something to say, man. New York distilleries got something to say between Beacon, Hudson, and
Best is Jones. Jones is the best.
I feel like, and I could taste the marriage. I could taste the connection. It's a little bit of a fragrance.
It's the water in New York. That's what
Yo, listen, we making bagels. We got
They making
pizza.
a big order.
Yo, dog, I take it, yo. I take it, yo.
Hot dog order.
We got the best bagels.
Hot dog order.
We got the best Chinese food. We got the best pizza. And we coming for the bourbon, yo.
Yeah, we got White
Football.
Castles. I was playing.
All right, so
Man, yo, why not? Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I like that the smoothness of the Scotch just isn't there. It still has the sweetness of the American whiskey slash
bourbon. Yeah.
but just that sweetness. I don't know that Kentucky whiskey just has that sweetness that I just can't get over, and I'm just not the biggest fan of. I
think
like that
this one is a little sweet.
It's sweet, but it's backed by like fruit. Even shout out to ASAP Rocky. This kind of reminded me a little bit of the 21 and Mercer.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
with that dried fruit on the back end of it.
Yeah.
And that fragrance, like I really enjoy
Yeah, it's pretty
New
good.
York bourbon.
All right, so it's a 50 ABV, 100 proof.
Yeah.
All right, so Beacon Bourbon, distilled out of Hudson Valley.
Highly recommended.
Pick it up at your local wine and spirits. Approved by Cigars and Whiskey. All right. And with that, we want to thank you for tuning in to another episode. We will catch you on the next show. Peace.
Peace.